Hey, hello everyone. I sound like a broken record, I feel like, when saying that every time the start of these videos. Either way, it is the end of the month, which means we're going into March. And that means I'm gonna move the microphone a little closer. And we'll cover what I've done in Blender this past month. Uh, so, as per usual, heads. There's been small changes here. Uh, this one is shit, apparently, because that's what I wrote here. And here, I changed my approach. Let's see what my, Grant Abbitts approach. This one is looking kind of weird because I used a new approach of sculpting the heads. And so the first one started to look looked a little bit strange. But I feel like as I was progressing through the heads, like this one has a very it just looks weird in some places. Like the eyes here, yeah, they just look kind of. This one also looks. I can sit and pick up my stuff all day. I guess I'm not. So I changed my method of working with these. I used to start from a sphere, and then shape from the sphere out, and then. But I didn't really get this egg shape, as you can see on these top heads. If you know anatomy, you know that the back of the head is a little bit wider than the front of the head here. Like the back here is a little bit wider than the back. The front is wider than the back. No way. the back is wider than the front. So you have a little bit more of an egg shape. And thanks to the Grant Abbott approach, I have changed and then got more of this egg shape. I still kind of have this like round ball syndrome. But it still looks, they look better. I felt like I always had a problem with the faces being too flat or round, or like, I don't know, I didn't get them right. So I feel like I'm getting them better now. Let's see. There we go. I mean, this one looks kind of weird. But here I also started using less reference materials. And I've still kind of like kept the important features of the face and how, I've managed to like figure out stuff basically. So they're not perfect, but I also like working with less reference materials. I still use them. I still have this one on the side of the monitor always on when I sculpt. But as you see, they all look kind of different. But here they all kind of look the same-ish. So what the Grant Abbott approach is, it's starting with this instead. Starting with this instead of a sphere, and it has helped me getting the cylindrical shape here in the front mainly. That's helped me a lot. And if there's anyone interested in that exact approach, we have it here. Easy faces. There's a little bit overselling it because it's still not easy. I'm gonna try to remember to link this in the video underneath, and so you can go and find that. And what else will we? We'll take the environment. Now we'll take this one. So this is a dragoon from Final Fantasy. All of them, I guess. This is iconic armor. I think the first dragoon shows up in Final Fantasy 3 is the first dragoon. And you can see the dragoon wearing this type of armor. And this armor is a reoccurring theme. And I used to really think dragoons look really cool. So I wanted to make the dragoon armor. I'm gonna hop over into render mode here. It's GPU compute, so I'm gonna test and speak a little bit here. I'm not gonna say anything important, but I want to see if the PC shits itself because or the video audio explodes because I've changed to the codec to CPU instead of the Blender GPU. So this should be fine. Okay, so the thing I said, if it was messing up, was that I'm running on CPU encoder for OBS when I record the videos, and Blender's running on GPU, so I shouldn't have this weird audio bugs, but I'm not sure. So I didn't say anything really important. So mainly this project has been... this was a project I kind of just wanted to make. I really want to make the Dragoon armor, not really care about anything else. So the faces, for example, you see the face is not retopologized. The armor can definitely be more efficient with faces, like you see here. It's not optimal. There's a lot of a very unoptimal sculpt, or it is a sculpt basically. Yeah, it's just high definition. So there's nothing I didn't try to make it for anything. I just wanted to. It's just posed. It's posed this way. I sculpted the body in this way. I noticed afterwards that I feel like the arms are a little bit too long. Gets like orangutan arms, a little bit too long. And so I kind of just posed it, made the character here, and then I exported the UVs into Substance Painter and Painter on them. I'm not sure if I have any. Yeah, just can't I? Is that how I don't remember how to do it. We'll link the item with the UV. I don't know what's going. Oh, it's just a few here. It's I really Substance Paint is really fun. I really enjoy working with Substance Painter. So I guess we can look at that one at the art station here instead, because it's well easier to look at it. So this one's was pretty fun. I've been kind of scared of the armor. Like, it's a very detailed armor, so I've been a little bit like scared of making it. But I feel like in the end it came out pretty nice. I'm very happy. I'm satisfied with this result. And as always, this one is also based on the Final Fantasy XIV Aura characters, or race, which is the race I'm playing in Final Fantasy XIV. So that's why it's an Aura. I could just have made a human instead and not have these dragon-like features. Like the tail and the horns or whatever these are, the scales. She has some scales in her face here as well. I do believe there's one in the forehead here, but you can't see it. So there's just a few stills. The shoes are a little bit strange looking, but I didn't spend too much time on them, to be honest. I'm really satisfied with the Gabolg, which is the name of the weapon. Also very happy with how the face turned out. It's one of the first faces I'm actually very happy with. But yeah, there's still a lot of room for improvement, so I'll keep working on that. And then there's just stuff, more solid views here. I'm not sure what solid views are for when people. I know people upload them, but I'm not sure why. I think it maybe is to see the sharp edges and stuff. And then we will go into kind of what inspired me to do 3D from the start, which is environments. I tried a lot of environments at the start, and I feel like I overwhelmed myself with when I started working or like playing around with 3D, I underestimated the scope of it. Like I didn't break it down in like in small pieces. Like you see here I have modules and shit. I never really worked with like I see the whole thing. I want to make the whole thing immediately, and well, I kind of got to a point in my 3D journey here where I understand that that's not how creating stuff works. You gotta start small, and then you eventually will end up making something like this. It's also been really fun. I'm not sure where all the inspiration comes from. I'm not sure why, but all of a sudden I just feel like I have like a text document where I write down stuff I want to make. So I'm not really sure where all the inspiration comes from all of a sudden, because I haven't really been that inspired by stuff. But I think it's maybe because I can finally like make my own stuff. Like I don't have to do tutorials as much anymore. So it's just a little closer up of the oops. Holy. Pressing all buttons. I'm like a boomer right now. So this has been pretty fun. I tried to make it as like try to keep it optimal, but it's obviously stuff that's not gonna. The roof is kind of dense, but it's because of these. I could easily like remake them. I'm not sure why the tiles ended up like that either. Either way, I'm not sure if I can. I mean, I have renders of it, so it doesn't matter. We'll see if I can go into render view here. Uh, Alright, so we will, whatever. I can talk about the... So there's a volumetric here. It seems like volumetric is almost mandatory for environments. There is a lot of lamps to... I have a few lamps that are trying to highlight the buildings so that they are in focus, but also keeping a general light on this part. And then there's a little bit of light on the background, at least of this section here. And also, again, all of this has just been textured in Substance Painter, because I can't not use Substance Painter now. It's way too fun. Base, so just, yeah. My UV unwrapping is still kind of not perfect, but it is what it is. I'll get there eventually. And we can look at the... here we go. Here's the final renders. With some compositing I've also been looking into. I'm pretty satisfied with it. I think I have a 4K render. Renders. Cantha 4K. Because then you get a little bit better look of the birds and stuff. Also, you can zoom in a little bit, obviously. I have a little bit. I mean, it's not perfect. You can obviously tell that it's a 3D render. It's not perfect, but I'm pretty satisfied. I'm happy with the results of this. I haven't made environments in forever, so I feel pretty happy with the outcome actually. Like I said, I haven't made environments in forever. It's the thing that inspired me to start 3D, but it's also the thing that scared me and made me stop a lot of times. I couldn't get past that hurdle of environment. It was too big of a scope that I underestimated 3D. Basically, it's harder than you think, but I'll persevere and I'm working on it. And here's the final thing I've been. Oops. Here's the final thing I've been making. It is some sort of plague doctor. I worked today on the rig and the final parts of the texturing, which is once again. Once again, it's crashing. There we go. Once again, Substance Painter. And again, I'm not sure if my UVs are a bit small or if this is normal. I don't know. I'm not. This is the hat. This one makes more sense, but the other one's like, I'm not sure what part is this. Either way, it's like very hard to tell. So I set up the scene here today. The floor is gonna change, and the buildings obviously is gonna be something else. So there's not much to say about that. But I set up the rig today. I used the mod or add-on Rigify, which is a Blender add-on. So you can just install that for free. There's nothing paid, and it's pretty simple. And again, if you grant, let's see, grant Abbitts Rigify. He has a Rigify tutorial, which is also very good, and 15 minutes is not too long, if that's a problem for you, which it shouldn't be. And it gives helps you set up the Rigify add-on and stuff. And for those who knows me, they will know that I've made a Plague Doctor before, and it was kinda ass. And this one is actually, I'm happy with this one. And I'm not sure there's not, I don't really know what to say about this one. I focused a lot on the wireframe here. Let's hide the rig. As you can see, this is very low polygons compared to everything else I've made so far. Also, this is an EV, so it's much cooler because I can view this in real time without like lagging like shit. So I'm gonna continue working on this for the rest of until I'm done, I guess. I'm not sure where the buildings have gone. They're not showing up. There we go. I don't know what to say about this project. It's also been pretty fun. And I've like obviously main focus low polygons and just adding the details through Substance Painter instead. But I've been talking for 19 minutes almost now, so I'm gonna wrap this up. I kinda had a feeling this one would be a bit longer, because I managed to do a lot of stuff this month. I didn't expect to get this far with the Plague Doctor. I didn't plan on showing it first, but now I got so far with it that it's basically done. I wanted to show it. So I'm gonna have the 2 videos of Grant Abbott in the bottom, or in the description, if you're interested in looking at that, because I highly recommend watching them if you're interested in character creation. And I will see you in is it March? I'll never learn March. I'll never learn the difference between May and March. But I'll see you in the end of March, or the start of April, I guess. Take care, everyone.